You're listening to Free Mama Radio, where we believe you can have both a successful business and show up as the mom you want to be. I'm your host, Lauren Golden, a mom who built a full-time income working part-time hours. Now, I help other moms like you learn how to work from home on your own terms, take control of your schedule, and make more money so you can live a totally awesome, guilt-free life. I am on a mission to make sure that no mother has to choose between family and financial stability. So if you've been wondering, can I really have it all? This podcast will give you the answers.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are tuning in from, or if you're watching the replay, let me know that as well. We're going to go old school today. So before we get started, if you are new, I would like to be the first person to welcome you to this beautiful corner of the internet. My name is Lauren Golden. I'm the founder of the Free Mama and the Free Mama movement, and I teach moms just like you how to ditch the 9-to-5 to work from home and live a totally awesome, guilt-free life. It is Labor Day in the United States. We always observe this holiday here in the U.S. on the first Monday in September, and I was kind of watching some like PBS videos about like what's the background of all of this, and it's really about celebrating our achievements of the U.S. workforce and laborers. And it was really interesting because it was hard for me not to get a little bit up on my soapbox as I was like reading and hearing about this, because part of me was like, why are we celebrating a workforce that does not celebrate or honor women like at all, especially mothers, which could not have been more highlighted in the last 18 months. And honestly, it's one of the things that makes me so dedicated and obsessed with this community and with you guys and with helping you, because I can very easily go back in my heart and my mind to what I felt like when I was kind of working in a more corporate setting and had the 9-to-5 and was working for somebody else and not feeling appreciated or valued, and really not feeling like I was able to be in control of my life at all. And certainly once becoming a parent, not feeling supported from everything from my kid getting sick in those days and how to navigate that. And, you know, I have a great partner, and still it was always me that had to take that responsibility. It was always the woman to breastfeeding and having to pump in a bathroom and all of that. And so I have kind of weird relationship with Labor Day. I do like to take the day off. And of course, I'm grateful for all of the, American workers who do work hard and make our country go round. And I think that we have really failed women. And I guess a part of me is okay with that, because it has allowed all of us to congregate in this space in our corner of the internet and talk about it and talk about what our choices are that I wish I would have known about earlier in my life and in my especially journey as a mother, so that I could have maybe done things differently earlier. But that's okay, because we all have our own journey and path. And so if you were here with me, this might be brand new to you. You might be like, why is she talking about Labor Day? Because it's Labor Day, but also it was recently brought to my attention from one of our interns that just finished wrapping up her time. And as she came into the Free Mama movement, and when she was working for us, she was also working for a company that a lot of you guys might be familiar with. It's called VIP Kid. And it's like online tutoring. And so kind of switching this conversation from like the US workforce to like so many women not being supported by the U.S. workforce and looking for these alternative careers, freelancing being one. Maybe you've tried network marketing. We're not going to get on that soapbox today, but I have feelings there too. And there's this huge opportunity that has been available to so many women, especially those of you with a background in education, or a passion for education or for working with children. And VIP Kid is just one of those companies that has allowed people in the United States to wake up like pretty much in the middle of the night, but therefore you're present with your kids during the day, to teach ESL, English as a second language, to kids in other countries who want to learn how to speak English. And my intern shared with me that China has basically done this total overhaul on this particular industry, and it has had a massive impact on American educators. And to the extent, and I'm only slightly knowledgeable on this topic, I did do some research, and in fact I encourage you to do your own if this is something that you either have participated in or you've been curious about. But essentially this option is going away, at least in China, which is where the majority of these opportunities have been for these women and educators to be able to teach ESL and be able to make money and being able to work from home, which really is what I'm passionate about and was the catalyst for this entire community. And so there are thousands, tens of thousands, possibly millions. I'm not sure how many people are involved in all of these different programs. I know that there's a lot of them out there. And because of China's recent legislation, some of these people were out of their work from home job overnight. Other companies that were a little more sophisticated have been able to give notice, I've heard. But essentially, there are a lot of people right now who have absolutely no idea what to do because they were reliant on ESL, especially partnering with these organizations that partner with China to bring in money from home. And when she first told me this, like, I felt sick to my stomach. I felt like I was going to throw up because I know what it's like to so desperately need that opportunity to bring in an income from home and be able to be there with your family, but also that feeling of giving up hope that there's not anything out there that can work for you. That was my particular experience after I tried network marketing, I tried blogging, and it wasn't working. And I'm like, I guess I am just destined to have to work a 9 to 5 because my family relies on this financially, and I don't know any other way. And so I want to tell you, if you're listening to this or you know somebody who's been relying on this opportunity, please share this community with them. Share with them that there is another way, that through freelancing, you can utilize your skills and become profitable and do it on your own terms. And you don't have to do it with this massive time change working with children from halfway around the world. There's a way for you to create a virtual business for yourself that is sustainable, that can withhold China's legislation and global pandemics and everything in between, so that you can earn a true living from home. And I'm very passionate about it. I will never be quiet about it. And maybe the Free Mama, our freedom path, is the way for you to learn to do that. Maybe it's not. But just introduce this idea, introduce this community, because there are a lot of women out there right now that literally just had the rug pulled out from under them. And I so empathize with what those people must be feeling and experiencing right now. So all of us have a job to reach out to all of the teachers out there. Go reach out to the educators and let them know that there is a way. Which brings me to what I really want to talk to you guys today. Our lesson for today, so to speak, is really talking about the difference between soft skills and hard skills. And I think it's a super corporate-y topic. The reason I want to talk about it isn't to define those things, although I will in case this is a new topic for you. It's not really about defining them. What I want you to take away from today's lesson is that you have skills that are valuable. You also have skills that are transferable. And the reason we're talking about this is because there are a lot of educators. There's a lot of people coming from healthcare. There's a lot of people coming from more blue collar type industries who come into the Free Mama, and you're like, that's cool, but like, I don't have a background in marketing. By the way, neither do I. Like, I studied political science. I do have a degree. You don't have to have a degree to freelance. I do have one. I studied theology and political science. I can assure you I use neither of those things regularly in the business that I have online today. And I knew what my soft skills were, and I knew what my hard skills or technical skills. And therefore, I knew what to double down on, and I knew where I was going to have to invest in myself if I wanted to do something differently. So whether you're an educator, whatever your field you're coming from, if somebody shared this video with you because you were teaching ESL and now you're like, what am I going to do? Let's talk soft skills, hard skills, okay? So soft skills are those things that are a little less easy to define. It is the way you show up. It's the way you communicate. It is your interpersonal skills. It is that like special something of like, when you, let's say you've had multiple people come over to babysit your kids, and there's one, and it's like, there's just like an energy, or there's just like kind of that click, or it's the way they relate to your children, or they understand them, or like the way they get down on their level, like all of those things. Those are softer skills. They're harder for us to talk about and define, but we know that they're there, and we know that they're really important. What I want you to know is that there are entrepreneurs and companies out there that are literally looking at your soft skills more than they're looking at your hard skills. So whether you've been in a classroom having to learn how to communicate to 20 different students who all learn differently and have different personalities and behave differently, you have some serious soft skills to be able to run that classroom, and also be able to talk professionally with your principal of your school and navigate how you communicate with the parents of the children in your classroom. Like, you are using soft skills all day long. And what's interesting is that a lot of people come into the Free Mama community and you think you can't do it. You think that you can't freelance because, you know, you've never made money using social media before. Well, you're worried about your hard skills when in reality your soft skills are so much more valuable and you already have those things. So your hard skills on the other side, on the other like end of the spectrum, those are your more technical skills. So those might be your computer skills, maybe it's your marketing skills, your writing skills. They're more technical. These are something that, yeah, you might also have these from your career. For example, let's say you've been working in a corporate job for 15 years as a project manager. Well, you probably have a lot of hard skills, and these skills are also transferable to the virtual space. So if you were to come in and work as an online business manager or a director of operations for a virtual company, these are really transferable skills where your hard skills and your soft skills might translate really effortlessly. Some of us might be coming from a background where like, no, we didn't actually do these things, right? Like we're not used to networking on social media. Maybe you've never built a website or you've, never written an email sales sequence or something before, but maybe you journal every single day. Maybe you were a writing major in college. Like you have these skills. And what I really want to emphasize today is like, number one, let's get honest with ourselves and have some self-awareness, right? Whether you're just starting or you've been doing this for a while, it's really important to have self-awareness around what are you good at and get loud about it. Get loud and proud. It does not serve you in this world to be overly humble. It does not also serve you in this world to beat yourself up. Okay. And to come in and say, well, I'm just a mom or I'm just a teacher or I'm just a nurse. Like I don't have anything to offer. It also doesn't serve you to come into the space and say, well, I'm just a teacher. What can I do in this space as a teacher? Because what we just learned is some of those opportunities might go away. Now, can you reinvent those for yourself? Can you do market research and figure out what other educators are doing that maybe are like very parallel, very adjacent? You totally can. And if you want to freelance, if you want to learn and do something new where you are using your transferable skills and the soft skills that you so beautifully already possess, you can do that too. And so I want to challenge you to expand your mind, to take a minute to get really clear on your self-awareness and to really see what it is that you bring to the table. Because if you're watching this, you do have something that you bring to the table and it's valuable and people are willing to pay you for that. And where can you sharpen your tools that you have in your toolkit? If you love to write and you want to be a copywriter, but you haven't done the thing before, but you have a background, in a certain career where there was a different type of writing, cool. Is there a course you can invest in? Can you practice? Can you find a friend who's a business owner and offer to do it for free? Can you watch YouTube videos about it? Can you read a book about copywriting for sales sequence? Like, what resources can you have? Siri interrupting us. What are the things that you can do that you are in control of so that you can continue to fine tune those technical skills? Why is this important? Number one, we don't want to get complacent. If you want to overcome things like imposter syndrome and not charging high enough when you first get into this world, you're only going to do that if you're compensating with the work you actually produce. So it's worth it to invest in those things. And then on the second hand, that's going to continue to contribute to your confidence as you navigate this world, right? So you do already have skills, and how can you continue to grow those skills? And what gets really exciting is that the longer you're in this space, the more you surround yourself with other free mamas, you're going to start to get a little bit obsessed with it. And this whole personal and professional development, it becomes fun. And work should be fun. And it's really interesting because I had to send a message to my team this morning reminding them that it was Labor Day and we were not meeting because we usually work on Mondays. And I just know that for me personally, like I don't need one day out of the year to congratulate myself and take my day off work, because I can take a day off from work whenever I feel like it. My team members can take a day off from work whenever they feel like it, because we have stepped into this level of owning our skill set, of owning our personal and professional development, of taking control of our work and our achievements. And we don't need somebody else to give us a day to do that anymore. It's really scary to get started. I know that if that's where you're at right now, it can feel very overwhelming, and it is beyond empowering when it finally clicks and you can step into that for yourself. And so every day is Labor Day, or no days are Labor Day, depending on what you want out of your Labor Day. And it's very exciting. So before we wrap up today, I also want to let you guys know of an upcoming announcement that we've got coming up. Some of you may have already seen or heard about this because you guys have been asking me. I've been getting direct messages and emails, and I know you guys have been waiting. Many of you have been waiting to hear about this. But I do want you to go ahead and get out your calendar or write this date down because we finally have the dates for our fall virtual event. So we are getting together in person for those of you who want to connect in real life to work on that personal and professional development in a really safe and collaborative space with our Free Mama community. We are getting together in real life in 2022. We don't have those dates yet, but we are holding our annual virtual event October 15th and 16th. So get that down on your calendar. It's a Friday, Saturday. For those of you who are also going to want to be VIPs, we're going to get together on the 14th in the evening as well. So it's called the Freelance to Freedom Weekend, and our hope is that you never have to dread a Monday again. That is literally the tagline for this event is let's do this. Let's make every day that we want to be Labor Day, so that we never have to dread a Monday again, and we never have to wait for someone to give us permission to take off a Monday again. We can really step into this beautiful world of freelancing and controlling your own schedule and making more money, which is exactly why this community exists in the first place, is to help you do that and take back that control. So again, mark your calendars, October 15th and 16th. 15th and 16th, the Freelance to Freedom weekend, and we will have the registration up by the end of this week, hopefully, to be able to share that with you guys. But block it off because we would love to see you there and help you dive deeper and achieve all of the things that we talked about today. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, share it with somebody. If you know anybody in education or who's been teaching ESL and needs support right now, like I said, I know there's going to be thousands of women who are just feeling absolutely lost right now. And what a gift that you can give them to introduce them to the world of freelancing. And what perfect timing for them to dive in. Kids are going back to school, and it's time to do something for ourselves, ladies. All right. I will see you guys next time.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Free Mama Radio. Don't forget to check out FreeMamaTV right here on YouTube for hundreds of how-to videos and interviews to help you start, grow, and scale a virtual business from home. If you want to join a community of tens of thousands of moms just like you, make sure you join the Free Mama Movement group over on Facebook. And lastly, if you want to learn more about how we can do this together, work to achieve your goals, and make you our next success story, check out my free training at thefreemamamovement.com. I'll see you next time.